everyone, my name is Courtney Rice and I am the Manager of Marketing and Communications with NAMI County. I want to take some time today, considering my role has to do with social media posting and whatnot, and just talk about some ways that, it might be hard to pull ourselves away from social media and technology. So Paisley and I here want to tell you that sometimes it's easy to fall into scrolling mindlessly through Facebook and reading about all the different happenings in the world, all the events that are being canceled, and really just falling into some issues of maybe feeling a lot of sadness or a lot of anxiety through all this. I know myself personally, I've been struggling a little bit with dealing with all the cancellations and whatnot. So I'm here to tell you that even coming from someone who's in charge of social media, it is okay to take some time away from technology and from Facebook and whatnot. Even a good tip for you to do is to schedule some time that you are going to use technology or that you're going to be on social media. And some ways that you can limit utilizing technology constantly, some ideas that I have that I've used personally during this time, that includes going for a walk. My husband, Paisley, and I all went for a walk a little bit ago, enjoyed the sunshine, and that's a good way to do it. We didn't use any phones or anything. If you live alone, you could even just walk and enjoy the silence. If you want to take some music with you, go for that as well. Another thing you can do is find a new hobby. I know my husband's working on some woodworking or some sort of man project. I don't really know. He's working with tools. And you could also cook if that's something you like to do. Maybe try a new recipe. Maybe try baking something. There's also a lot of free online classes available. I know myself personally, I'm going to take an acrylic painting class that I have the option to do at any time. It's about an hour. So if you are interested in something like that, that could be a great way to limit your technology. And the last thing that I thought about that I'm going to do is clean. And I know that's not a very exciting thing, but it could be very therapeutic to go through that junk drawer that you've been putting off for months on end and just really organize it and figure out what you want to do. So those are some tips that I have to help get through this really hard time. I know that it's very stressful and very difficult considering everything that's happening, but just know that we at NAMI, we have a lot of different support groups going on online, and feel free to reach out to us on our email or any way to get set up on that. And just know that you can still be on technology, but utilize it for social connection. So, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Breanna. I'm the Programming and Event Intern at NAMI County. I wanted to take some time today to discuss some ways that we can keep ourselves active and entertained during this time of social distancing. You could either do some puzzles or some crafts. Pinterest is a really great resource to find something that you could do that is great for you, your kids, anyone that wants to do one. You could also read a book, whether it's something tangible that you already had in your house, something in your hands, or you could download an ebook from any website, or you could download an audiobook, something that will read the book to you. At-home exercising is also a really great way to keep yourself entertained. You could walk around your house, you could walk upstairs, and if you want to go outside, you could take a walk with kids, yourself, your dog, anyone. And anything that you want to do inside, you could download a YouTube video or something of that sort and work out alongside something that you're doing inside your house, so you're not having to be outside if that's not something you want to do. Card games and board games are also a really fun way to keep yourself active and entertained with your family. My family really enjoys card games and board games, so that's something that we do a lot when we're at home, but that's up to you. Fun movies are also a really great way to stay entertained. I know there's this thing called Netflix Party now. There's an extension on Chrome that you can find a tutorial for on Google, and it is a way for you to watch a movie with your friends. You can all have the same movie playing at the same time, and there's a little chat section on the right side where you can all make comments during the movie together. Lastly, meditation might be a really great way to keep yourself entertained. Even though it's something that you kind of do more so in solitude, it's something that can keep your mind at ease and can help you calm down if you're feeling a little anxious. All of these things are ways that you can keep yourself entertained, but there are so many more out there. You just have to look for them. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video today.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Moen. I'm the marketing intern at NAMI County. My basic duties are community messaging and working closely with our Director of Marketing and Communications, Courtney Rice, who you'll also see in this video. I'm going to be talking about apps that are able to help you with your mental health and your physical health, because we know scientifically that exercise releases endorphins and makes you feel a little bit better. Some of the apps that I use are Apple's basic activity app. I have an Apple Watch that I use sometimes. I'm trying to use it more often these days. I also use an app called MyFitnessPal, which helps you log food. As far as mental health apps, I use an app called Youper, which you're going to be able to see me use in a screen recording. I use Headspace, which is a meditation app. It's guided meditation, but its goal is to help you be able to meditate without it in the future. It's a paid subscription, but during these days, it's a free subscription. I also use a positive affirmation app, which lets you pick categories of affirmations. So you can do love and relationships or positive thoughts or anything of that sort. Okay, I'm going to show you how to use one of my favorite mental health apps. It's called Youper. As you can see, it's with my other health apps like Reflectly, which is a journaling app, and Headspace, as I mentioned in the video, is a meditation app. Youper is actually a mental health AI, so it tracks your emotions and kind of talks to you a little bit. So it'll say good morning or good evening. I usually have my check-in scheduled for 7 p.m., so this is a little unusual for Youper and I. So you can tell it that either you're feeling something or that you'd like to meditate. Meditation feature is a paid feature, so I'm going to tell it I'm feeling, and this is the list of emotions that you can tell it you're feeling. This morning I'm feeling grateful, and you can tell it to what degree you're feeling grateful in my case. And you can tell it why you're feeling grateful. So let's say work, school, being at home, my boyfriend, socializing, social media. Last night was pretty good sleep. And I have a dog. And then it'll capture it. It will tell you that usually it'll tell you that developing your awareness of your feelings is a good thing, something of that nature. Then you can tell it you're done, and then you're able to see a chart of the week and how you were feeling. It'll also give you insights on what makes you all the emotions that you saw in the previous interface. Thank you for watching my segment of the video. Remember to check out our website and our social media. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Abby. I'm an intern at NAMI Wood County and a student at BGSU. So I'm just going to talk about some ways the quarantine and the virus have affected student life. The major thing right now for BGSU students and most other students in the country is all classes have been moved online, either for the rest of the semester, for the rest of, or a few weeks. For BGSU, everything's online for the rest of the semester. I'm one of the lucky ones because most of my classes can be moved online without too much trouble. But for students who are part of an ensemble or in studio classes for art or have lab work they have to do and no longer have access to those facilities, it's a lot harder of a transition. For my classes, the responsibility of restructuring the class largely falls on professors and updating their syllabi to accommodate our online learning. For me personally, just redoing my planner, making sure I stay organized and I have a routine, because a lot of structure has been basically taken out of my schedule with not having to go to classes and just being home all day. So just staying organized has been super important. I'm also part of a student organization called BG Falcon Media. So everything for that has also moved online. It's a student media organization. I'm a journalism major. And so everything with that is online or through phone calls. including meetings, interviews for stories, etc. And we've also reached out to a bunch of other student media organizations in Ohio to share content because it's difficult to find anything going on that's not related to the virus. And so just making sure that we are thorough and getting all the story ideas we need is important. Another major change for me is I moved back in with my parents for the foreseeable future. Still paying rent in BG because I'm unable to get out of our lease. But I am able to go back if I have to, which some students don't have that option because they're living in the dorms and the dorms have closed. And so I've been fortunate in that area. So in conclusion, I'm one of the lucky ones. Some students have basically seen their education stopped, like students in the College of Musical Arts, and some don't have a place to live because they're getting kicked out of the dorms. I will say BGSU has said they'll be accommodating to students who don't have anywhere to go, so hopefully that won't be the case for many students at Bowling Green.